Alrighty, welcome back to the beginner course on the 3X model. And today we're going to get into the explore phase, which is living by the values of responsibility and curiosity. Why explore? Why have we called it that? Why do we have this phase? Because in order to have confidence and live with integrity, we need to open our minds. We need to be aware of what is possible, what we can and can't do, what we should focus on. We need to search for the truth. We live by a principle here in Brojo where the more truthful you are, the more aligned to what is true that you are, the better your life will go. The more you live in a fantasy land and the more you're based on fiction, the more difficult life will be for you. So in the explore phase, we're trying to get back to the truth as much as humanly possible. To do this, we want to let go of all the falsehoods. We want to let go of lies, false information, and we want to manage our cognitive biases. In the explore phase, we're trying to focus our mind on what is true, what is achievable, what is realistic, what we can expect, rather than all the false information out there. And in this way, we also release ourselves from unhelpful things like false hope, unreasonable expectations, and irrational fears. In the curiosity explore phase of the model, we're finding the one thing that we can do and letting go of everything else. By exploring in this way, we also can break unhelpful patterns like being in a victim mindset. Responsibility helps us deal with that, or being stuck in old, outdated, and unhelpful ideas. Curiosity helps us with that. The explore phase is where we plan and make clearly focused decisions without overthinking. So without being impulsive and going from an autopilot position, we move into conscious decision making. We do something based on a clear piece of research into the facts and coming to a decision that will help us. So that first supportive value is responsibility, which can be defined as taking control of what you own. You can't find a solution, make a plan, or come to a confident decision without first agreeing to own what is under your control. And that is limited to your reactions in terms of behavior. You can't control even your thoughts and emotions very well. You certainly can't control other people's thoughts and emotions or their behavior or the outside elements in the world. But you can control how you react to that, how you make a decision, and what you do as a result of that decision. So responsibility is focusing on that part that you can control. Curiosity, the core value of the explore phase, exploring what is true and making a decision on how to express that truth with words and or actions. So it might be exploring what you're going to say to make sure it's truthful, or exploring what you should do that would truthfully represent yourself in terms of hobbies, career, actions of any kind. The explore phase is broken down into 3 stages to make it simpler, and you follow these one at a time. This is essentially the 3 stages of good decision making. First stage is the draft. You list out all the options, you brainstorm without too much filtering. The second stage is where you filter. You narrow down out of all those options to a few that have the most integrity. And in the third stage, you make a decision. You choose one truth to move forward with. To give you an example of this playing out, let's say I am deciding on what to eat for dinner. In my mind, I might go through all the available options for food. That would be the draft. To filter, I would take out all the options that were unhealthy and be left with the ones that were the healthiest. And then when it comes to the decision, I would pick one. It doesn't even really matter which one, probably the one most available to me out of the healthy options available, and that would be it. That's what I'm now having for dinner. I don't go backwards and start drafting again. Once a decision is made, the explore phase is over. It's very important. People who are overthinkers go backwards from a decision and start drafting again. Once you make a decision, you must take at least a small action on it. That's how you move through the 3X model. So your exercise for this week is you're going to try to apply this phase to making a decision. So I want you to draft a list of all the best actions you could take tomorrow. When you think about what you could do tomorrow to improve your confidence, to make your life healthier, anything you want, make a list of all the possible actions you could take tomorrow that would be good for you. Once you've done that, I want you to filter it down based on efficiency. So I want you to get that list down to about 10% of its original size based on what is most likely to be able to be done. What's the one you can handle the most? And then make a decision. Choose the one out of those remaining, circle it, highlight it, however you've got it. Even if you're scared of taking that action, because we'll cover courage in the next video, and make a decision, that's the action I'm going to take tomorrow, or at least try to take. And then in tomorrow's video, we're going to walk you through how to take that action. So I'll see you in the next one, the engage phase, where we look at courage and honesty to help you go from making that decision to taking that action. So it's very important that you do not watch the next video until you've come to a decision about the action you're going to take. Even if you're not sure how you're going to do it yet, that will be covered in the next video. I'll see you there.